God's sakes, Peterson, pull your trousers up. We're going into battle.
I could do with a good soak. There's so many of them, sir.
Turn around, fellas. The war is that away. Ah!
My spells can preserve us.
Everyone gets an item. So, Wheatley, that's you included. So, check out your items, select one of them.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Rune Fang.
Nice. I'm going with Sword of Anti-Heroes. So the sun dawns on, this time a bit of a miserable, grey, rainy day in the old Soland. And as you venture your way downstairs, General, you find that you're the first person up today. There's no one else other than the barkeep and a list of other units of renown that he has been proffered to show you. Plenty of different things: spearmen, swordsmen, great swords, pistoliers, handgunners. Heck, this time there's even great cannons.
Nice.
But it's up to you. It's up to you to have a look through that and choose later in the day what you'd like to spend your 750 gold on.
750 doubloons.
What you noticed this time was that one of the things your men took from the Beast Lord was a rather fancy-looking amulet. And being the cunning hawker that you are, you've decided to try and get rid of this amulet before anyone else comes downstairs. So you proffer it to the barkeep, and you know, showing it off and saying, how much would this go for? And he turns around to you and says, well, I tell you this, sir. I wouldn't buy a dark elf amulet if it was off my mother's own dresser.
So I'll take that as a no. Do you know anyone that would want it? You know, if you're too afraid.
Well, maybe your wizard friend would be interested in it, sir.
That's a good point, but I want to make some coin.
I'm sure that wizard has plenty more coin than he lets on. He always gets the biggest dinner.
That's a good point. Okay, yeah, I'll see what the wizard says. Thanks anyway. Appreciate it.
Welcome, sir. Don't forget to pay us for the rooms this time.
Yeah, stick it on my tab.
Very good, sir. The morning rolls on. Children come and celebrate with you, impressed at your feats, showing you pieces of chaos spawn that they've gone and picked up from the mountain. Plenty of tentacles, occasionally teeth. It might not be the best idea, but these are rural children. What can you do?
Yeah.
They live with death.
Yeah, they don't get out much. Slapping each other with the wet end of arms. Severed off beasts. Sounds like fun.
Unfortunately, sometimes they're not items from the chaos spawn. They're items from your men. But you try your best not to be too bothered by what you find.
It's a grim world.
It is a grim world, and unfortunately, it does mean that you know, occasionally things haven't gone right for people, and it would appear that for this village in particular, things really haven't gone right. Because what you hear is that there has been talk of a dragon rumbling in the mountains recently. And really, after everything else, chaos spawn, trolls, orcs, beastmen, talk of ratmen, and now there's a dragon? This place must be cursed.
Well, they definitely got the shit end of the stick anyway.
Well, it certainly seems to be the case. So you decide to help out, as does your captain, not so much the wizard, but you prepare some of the basements of the houses, just in case this dragon does turn up. And as you're doing so, you happen to come across a remarkable looking old weapon. Some sort of sword, as if it's an enchanted sword. You can't really put your finger on how you know that's the case, but there appears to be some sort of runes stamped onto it. Maybe it's some old relic of Soland. Who knows? But your captain finds something as well, another sword, this time a very strange sword that has an extra pair of spikes at the bottom and glows. And you're not sure, but the wizard appears to be interested in something he's fiddling with. But then you remember that you have something to show him.
That's right. So I turn to the magician and say, Magician, I have this amulet that I found on the battlefield. It appears to be of dark elf origin. I'm just wondering, would you be interested in such an item?
Dark elf amulet. I haven't seen Nagarond for a long time, but I must say that I will not ask you for payment during this time, but if you could spare me the amulet, I would appreciate it. If you could give that amulet to me.
Okay, we'll call it a loan, okay? So I'll give it to you now, and, a week or two, whenever you have the cash, you float it my way. Sound good?
Yes,
Okay.
I think that will work.
Okay, well, I'll put you down. 1 Dark Elf amulet on tick. No bother.
So, I don't mean to bother you, but the men have been wondering, we getting any new units?
Yeah, I think we do need new units, alright. Pistoliers weren't bad, Captain, but I think we need something to keep the line strong, I'm thinking some sort of spearmen or halbergs or something along those lines.
Absolutely, sir. Maybe I think halberds would be a nice addition.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tough hombres, those halberd guys. Let's get a few of them in. Let's see if they're on the roster.
Look, sir. I think there's a bit of an offer on. I think if you get this unit of halberdiers, they'll throw in a unit of spearmen for free.
Nice. So you can't go wrong with that. I mean, that's fucking Asda prices, lads. Let's get in there.
A little bit of a problem, sir. The spearmen they don't have any shields, but I guess we can use them as a meat shield at least.
Well, that's what everyone is, including yourself, Captain.
We'll just pretend I didn't hear that, sir.
No bother.
And the day continues, and you send your missive off with the young lad with the donkey again, except this time the donkey appears to have a sort of tentacle leg as well, so maybe it was just excited, who knows. Off he goes. You expect your spearmen and halberdiers to arrive first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Night draws in, and you notice the wizard is still fiddling with the dark elf amulet in the common room, when all of a sudden it begins to glow an exciting green colour, and it appears to lift gently into the air and shine a beam of light towards the set of mountains on the other side of the valley that you're in.
Okay. Well, that's strange as fuck, guys. What's going on here? Wizard, fill me in, bloke.
This amulet has a connection with Shaiish. I have simply tapped into its knowledge. Perhaps following its trail may lead us to fortune.
It could also lead us to a dragon and I'll get my ass eaten.
Winds
Not
of
in the good way, either.
Shaiish have preserved us so far, and I am sure
That's
the winds
true.
of Shaiish will preserve us again. In the meantime, I have been reading the work of a former brother, Albrecht Hauptmann, and I have tapped into Shaiish more so. So if the opportunity presents itself, I am more than willing to utilize these skills in our defense.
Well, you haven't steered us wrong so far. So I'll take your word for it, and I'll say let's follow this green magical light into the mountains, where we're surely not going to be killed. Yeah, I think we'll just settle up for tonight, guys. Captain, what do you say? You're already half bladdered. I can see that ale in your hand.
To be quite frank, I wouldn't trust myself on a horse right now. Not sure what I'd do to the bastard.
I wouldn't trust you with the horse. Yeah,
Exactly.
let's call it a night. So I think I'll just have a bite to eat. I'm gonna stay off the ale. I'm on a good run here.
A wise choice.
Very good, sir. And the night draws in, And you have some nice food. You realise perhaps that the food is a little better with the ale. You're not entirely sure what the meat is, but it is meat. Of that much you are sure. Although that tentacle floating in the pot was a little suspicious.
Yeah.
However, the night passes uneventfully, except for about 3 o'clock in the morning, when you're woken by a loud roar, and you stick your head out of the window, only to see a farm in the distance burning.
Okay, that's certainly not a good thing. I better go tell the fellas. This looks like it's gonna get hairy fast.
So you wake up the captain first, who's still pretty immortal, to be honest. And, well, I'll take on a dragon, sir. For you. Anything for you. You're always there for me, sir.
Thank you, man. I knew you'd be there for me, and I know it's probably just because you're still half shit-faced, but, you know, if we're gonna die, I'm glad you're by my side.
Bloody hell, sir, you're going to make me tear up. I'm going to go get the horses ready. And he staggers out of his room, without any clothes on currently, but he's going to sort the horses out. And then you head towards the room of the wizard, where you notice the green glow is a little more intense than it was previously. But you can't hear anything as you walk up to the door. And so you knock.
Yo, magician, we got some problems here. There's like some sort of Burning Man festival down the road. We gotta go check this shit out. Hello?
Give me a moment.
Oh, you're jacking
Just
it. No worries.
Finish my studies.
Okay, but remember to watch it with those studies, man. Too much of that make you go blind.
So you head yourself downstairs and you begin armoring yourself, and you send out a couple of messengers to make sure all the boys are kitted up. And luckily, marching through the night, the halberdiers and the spearmen arrive. They do look quite tired, though. Maybe they're not exactly the cream of the crop, let's put it that way, when it comes to fighting anymore. But they're fresh, they're young, they're eager. You can't ask for too much more, can you?
That's true.
So as dawn begins to break, the wizard appears from his room, staggers down the stairs. He looks very haggard, but he holds the amulet again, and the green light points roughly in the direction of the burning, well, now smoking farm.
We must follow the light.
It's definitely going to lead us into some trouble. I'm confident of that. But you know what? Let's just go for it, fellas. You only live once, or in the case of if you've got an item that revives you, maybe twice. But let's just do it, guys. Let's just bloody do it.
And if you're friends with a wizard of the Amethyst Order, you can live many lives.
Oh, I've got to be honest, wizard, one's been enough for me.
Yeah, especially if you get married. Oof.
Oh dear. And off you head into the mountains. It's fairly uneventful so far. You reach the snow line pretty quickly, and the unfortunate farm as you pass has definitely been destroyed, fairly efficiently. And it doesn't look as if it was by a small fire either. It doesn't look like a fire that spread. It looks like a bomb hit the place. Okay. But you head further on, making your way further and further up into the mountains. Ahead of you is a large area, even though it's high up in the mountains, it's devoid of snow. There is nothing there. There is yellow grass, yellowing pines, and stone. As if this place that has some sort of natural heat that keeps all of that away.
It's all thawed out. This is extremely strange. What do you make of this, Captain?
To be honest, sir, all I can think about is hot springs and having a bath. Oh, I feel terrible after last night.
Yeah, you look it too, if I'm being honest. But you know what? We're not here to set up a hot springs. Not yet, anyway. Put it in the folder. We'll use it as a pet project someday. But
Right you are, sir.
We got to get to the bottom of this. I definitely think that dragon's nearby. Only a dragon could have done that to that farm. You know, place looked like fucking Nagasaki. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, Gotta admit, sir, I don't really want to be on the receiving end of that either.
Me neither. But if we're lucky, we can send in some troops to keep him busy while we just watch it from afar.
Dragon fodder, men.
Yeah, pretty much.
Could we send the wizard? He's been talking to himself all day.
No, he's got his uses. I don't think we're going to send him in to be dragon food anytime soon. But I have a feeling these Hallberg guys, they could prove their worth. They're not Chads by any means, but they'll die like Chads.
It's better them than me. And suddenly, the green light pulses, and ahead of you appears a dragon, being ridden by what appears to be an elf, and surrounded by smaller flying creatures. And it lets out a gigantic roar and begins to head towards you. Brilliant.
Anyone else peed themselves a little? Well, we're back at it again, lads. This is
At
it.
least we've got more troops this time, sir.
Yeah, and we got our fancy horses, so if we have to, we can cheese it pretty quickly, which is nice.
Always
But
pleasant, sir.
I'm not looking forward to this dragon, though. Really, really not.
To be honest, sir, it seems to be pretty speedy.
How incredible.
Oh dear God, it's there already.
To see a creature so elegant.
I'm going to head back behind the lines, sir.
He's elegant in a I come here to murder you all sort of way.
Be cautious, his spit will be corrosive.
Okay. Right, that's
There's
it,
so
lads.
many of them, sir.
Making my way downtown, heading around, doing some flanking. Oh dear God, here they
The
come.
spearmen, sir.
Fear
Lads.
not,
Oh,
I
they
summon forbidden knowledge.
get back in there, lads.
You can't go out like that, wizard.
Harpies
let ya.
eating for breakfast. Hallbergs. Pikemen, forward! Oh shit.
Come here, you bastard dragon.
Oh, he is throwing some digs now. Oh shit balls. He got a bit of bite. And
Use
it-
your range units to take out the harpies. The dragon has landed. Now is our chance.
try to-
Fear not.
Harpies are doing a legger, but don't worry. Pistoliers are on it like a car bonnet.
Sir, I might have to pull back. I'm badly wounded.
Yeah, you've got like a chunk taken out of you there. I'd relax.
I can drain his spirit when my connection with Shaish is restored.
Right, swordsman took a bit of a beating. Where the hell are you lads going?
He is fearful.
He's running. Pistoliers, get back here. Don't let a few harpies distract you. That's how I spent most of my 20s.
Good times, sir.
I drain his spirit with my ebon hand.
That's it. Rather him than me, I know where that hand's been.
His will is crumbling. Focusing.
Come on, swordsman.
Yeah, decisive victory.
He succumbs to Shaish.
So as you notice the dragon begins to collapse to the floor, the wizard stands over it with his scythe and cuts the dragon's throat, ignoring the elf who appears to just topple dead to the ground. And the dragon appears to fold in on itself until it folds inside the amulet that the wizard is holding. He quickly buries it under his robes and looks around, shaking his head, and motions for all of you to mention nothing.
Simple Nagarothi trickery. Don't mention it to anyone.
Yeah, that's
Dark
weird as
elves are a
fuck.
tricksy folk.
Yeah, no, I don't trust those pointy-eared bastards.
This dragon was nothing more than a an illusion cast through the amulet, you see, which is why we defeated it so easily.
Oh, that makes some sort of sense, I guess.
I've determined in my studies that this is nothing more than a obsidian amulet from Grond, probably owned by some hag sorceress. It's nothing more than simple trickery. Nothing on the level of the Amethyst Order, of course.
And as you're talking about this, the captain steps forward, lifting another amulet from the neck of the dead Dark Elf, handing it to yourself, the general. And as he does so, he presses something on the center of it, and suddenly your horse appears to have sprouted wings, turns a stunning white color. It appears that now instead of a barded warhorse, you have a Pegasus.
Awesome sauce. Mutant horse? You know, I'll take that every day of the week.
As well as that, sir, I can't help but notice, and he holds up 2 very heavy bags of gold. Got about 1,000 marks in it.
Well, we can either bolster the army, or we can go and we can start up that hot springs idea you were talking about. You really twisted my arm on it.
You know what, sir? I could do with a good soak.
You know what? We'll put a pin in it for now. You know, we've got the job done, and I'm pretty sure, you know, there's other jobs we can do. We can get more coin in here, because it's all about the coinage, bro.
I understood. It's just, you know, an old man's dream.
Don't worry. We'll get you washed at some stage this year.
That's more than I could ask for, sir. Once a year is enough.
I think it's back to town.
So off you head, back to town. Back down through the snow line, the smouldering remains of the farm still there. And back into town where, unfortunately, it seems that there are no people. There's no one. Not a soul. It's entirely empty, even the tavern.
Oh,
On the
very odd.
upside, the beer's still there and the food's still around. It's just as if people stopped existing. So your men take camp for the night and you help yourself to the perpetual stew and ale. I mean, your tab's gone, obviously, so
Nice.
maybe it's a win.
Yeah.
And as the night settles in, you can't help but feel slightly disturbed that there isn't anyone. But sleep comes to you. You fought a dragon. Sleep comes to you swiftly. And that's the end of that day.